Before astrology was a personality tool, before the zodiac became pop culture, before the sky was divided into signs and symbols, there were temples, there were stones, there were goddesses. Cut to images of Inanna, Isis, Hathor, Ninursag, the megalithic mothers. The ancient world understood something our modern world has forgotten. Astrology was not entertainment, it was architecture. A sacred blueprint woven into stone, encoded in myth, and carved into the very landscape of our civilizations. For years, I've studied these systems, the goddess religions of Sumer and Egypt, the megalithic temples of Malta, the mysteries of Avalon, the star alignments hidden in our most ancient structures. And what I discovered is this: the zodiac was once a goddess initiation path, a 12-gated journey through courage, embodiment, mind, memory, sovereignty, ritual, union, shadow, truth, legacy, innovation, and finally, return. In this series, Cosmic Architecture, the Goddess Blueprint of the Zodiac, we will walk through each of the 12 gates guided by the goddesses who defined them: Inanna, Isis, Hathor, Ma'at, Namu, Tiamat, the Lady of Avalon, and the megalithic mothers whose stones still speak. This is not modern astrology. This is the original star wisdom that shaped temples, civilizations, myth, bodies, and consciousness. Each episode is both a history and an initiation, a remembrance, a return. I'm Opal Unicorn, astrologer, consciousness explorer, and researcher of ancient goddess systems. It is my honor to guide you through this journey. Welcome to Cosmic Architecture. The gates are opening. Let's begin. Welcome to Cosmic Architecture, the goddess blueprint of the zodiac. With me, Opal Unicorn, where we will be exploring the zodiac and how it has initiatory practices throughout each gate, starting with gate 1 through 12 with goddesses. The zodiac began not as a personality tool, but as a 12-gated initiatory journey, the blueprint of our souls as it transited through the sky and landed here on Earth, a divine journey and an initiation. In this series, we will practice a meditation with each gate of the zodiac, which are 12, an initiatory journey guided by and guarded by a goddess. Aries is the first of these gates, the moment the soul steps into incarnation. Aries is birth. Aries is fire. Aries is the decision to exist. And in the ancient Near East, the power belongs to Inanna. Again, we're going to bring up Inanna a lot. She is a long-forgotten goddess who gets undermined time and time again. And we are going to be talking and giving her a lot of street cred here on these videos. So we begin with her, Inanna's myth, the moment of will. There are many carvings of Inanna, the star of Venus, desert, Uruk ruins. She is Venus, goddess of love and war. She is Venus' morning star and evening star. Whereabouts the star of Venus was stretched across the horizon of the skies, the goddess Inanna was either in love or war, and the ancients all watched with fervor and with bated breath. Because, and if and when Inanna was in the state of war as the morning star, trailblazing before the sun, deciding before the sun, she comes out in war in the morning. But now Inanna in the evening, she comes after the sun. She is much more relaxed, much more calm, much more passive. And such is that of the planet Venus when it comes to Inanna and how she is represented and how she was watched in the sky in ancient Babylon and Sumeria. As the oldest surviving goddess myth on earth, Inanna, Queen of Heaven, chooses to descend into the great below, a realm ruled by her sister, Ereshkigal. Now, I have a whole series just on her as the 7 gates, 7 keys, and we travel through ancient Egypt and the 7 gates, 7 key mystery schools of the temples in Karnak. But today, we focus and see her as Aries. Now, the spark of initiation. Because no one summons her, no one commands her, no one tells her what she must do. Inanna simply decides. She gathers the me, the sacred powers of civilization, wisdom, sovereignty, language, justice, ecstasy, warcraft, erotic power, knowledge. These are her tools, her identity, her crown. And in that spark, she decides that she will pass through the first gate, wearing her crowns, her jewels, her symbols of authority. And at each gate of the underworld, she is stripped of one piece of herself. But at the first gate, she steps forward with certainty. Aries. Aries energy is not rage. Aries, in its purest form, is the first spark of life. That's why it's the first house. There are many different practices of astrology and the different house systems. But we are practicing the house system where Aries rules in the first house. The spark of wisdom. It begins in the mind. When Zeus births Athena, she is birthed from his mind, the goddess of wisdom from ancient Greece. This is the ancient goddess of wisdom, Aries, as spark of life. In ancient Egypt, Neith, the self-created goddess, gives birth to the world with no partner, a perfect image of Aries sovereignty. Isis, too, embodies the woman who recreates the world through her own will. In Malta, some of the most ancient temples, some of the first, most occult wisdoms that we have left in history. We do not know exactly how old these megalithic structures are, but they are recreated in these megalithic goddess figurines. Fertility goddesses. We encounter the oldest surviving expression of that first Aries gate. These temples were built about 3600 to 2600 BCE, older than Stonehenge, older than the pyramids of Giza, if we are to believe the dates of those. And inside and around them, archaeologists found massive goddess statues, curvaceous, powerful, alive. Modern guides when I went to Malta, called them obese men. Catholic tour guides who go by the Knights of Malta, ancient Maltese crosses, and Catholic mystery schools also colonized on the island of Malta, a place of mystery, secrets, and magic, where the Patri also colonized after the great matriarchy of the past, of the megaliths, of the mysteries and secrets of the woman religions. In Malta, the goddess does not sit inside the temple. She is the architecture itself. The walls curve like hips, the chambers swell like tombs, the entranceways mimic the opening between worlds. And as we keep traveling through the world, we go to Avalon, the threshold of sovereignty, Glastonbury, Tours, Chalice-Well, Red and White Springs. In Avalon, the first gate appears as the restoration of sovereignty. The Lady of the Lake emerging from sacred waters, offering the sword to the one who dares to accept its destiny. The Torah rising from the mists, cosmic access. The sacred masculine first must go through the apple groves. And in the red-white waters of Chalice Well, symbolizing blood and bone, the essence materials of yin and yang, of the sacred female of the womb of the white Chalice Well, and the red iron of the outdoor sunshine of the masculine red Chalice Well. Fire rising Aries, glowing. What is Aries? It is Inanna, the moment you choose yourself, the moment you step through the first gate wearing the crown of your will. It is where you put your crown. It is where, ruled by the head, the fire, the spark of thought. Before there was life, there was a thought. God thought of a thought. It was a spark. And just as God thought of a spark, that pure essence of 0 degrees initiation into the house, the first house of Aries, that pure first spark, is your personal version of declaration. Aries is birth force, the divine right to exist, the painful first burst out of the womb into life. Across Sumer, Egypt, Malta, and Avalon, the first gate teaches us the same truths. Aries, life begins with the courage to emerge. Inanna walks beside you at this gate, as does Nis, God Isis, megalithic mothers, and the Lady of the Lake. They whisper the same message: rise, begin, declare your existence. So, when we meditate now in the first house of Aries, the gate of initiation, Artemis, the goddess with the bow and arrow, we meditate on that first spark of life, that first spark of idea that you are, that we are. As we walk the stars in the sky, we go through the first house of the zodiac, Aries. Element of fire, ruled by the head. It's that first spark of life. It's that first spark and idea of, I'm here. I choose to exist. I choose to be here. And I step forward. I take my first step. Thank you so much for watching. This is the House of Aries through the gate and lenses of the goddesses. Join me for episode 2, Taurus, the body of the goddess. And until then, walk boldly into your own becoming. This is Opal Unicorn. Check out my website, check out my channels. Please, please like and subscribe. If you have any thoughts or questions, please leave them down below in the comment section, and have a great day. Thank you for walking this star walk with me. We've explored how ancient architects shaped stone to mirror the sky, how they encoded the movements of stars, planets, and seasons into temples, pyramids, and megaliths, and how Earth itself became a living blueprint of the cosmos. If this journey awakens something in you, a curiosity, a memory, a resonance, then you are exactly where you are meant to be. Because cosmic architecture is not just history, it is a reminder that the universe has always been speaking to us through geometry, through alignment, through myth, and through the stones our ancestors left behind. I'm Opal Unicorn, your guide through stone and star. If you'd like to continue the Star Walk, make sure to like, subscribe, and tap the bell so you never miss the next gateway we uncover together. And tell me in the comments below, which ancient site should we explore next? Giza, Karnak, Stonehenge, Machu Picchu, or a place you've already dreamed of visiting? Until the next journey, may the stars guide your steps, and may the ancient architects walk beside you. This is Cosmic Architecture, the Star Walk Blueprint, your next